Yeah, I'm a huge fan of stories that are about the journey. I and about the you fall in love with characters. And I think this book does all of those things. It's not my typical genre of reading or writing, as you know.
Mhm.
Um, but and I'll be honest, when you first said, "Oh, here's a copy of it," I was like, "Okay, thanks. I'll get round to reading it. I will read it." But it's one of those things that it was a bit like when I give my book to my wife to proofread.
Mm.
I know that I'm giving it to her for a purpose to read it and absorb it and tell me what she thinks, not necessarily for her to go and enjoy it. But I, I spent many days going back over chapters just to make sure that and I was like, oh, no, I'm actually invested in the story. And I
Mm.
think, like, hats off to you. I wrote a review on Goodreads
Mm.
and I'll stand by it. It's an exceptional book for your first time writing in a genre that I couldn't put a pin in.
Mm.
I don't know what you would call it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like
Yeah.
you're a marketer's nightmare when it comes to the story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what is it? Is it sci-fi? Kinda. Is it? It's like I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a roller coaster in every sense of the word.
Mm.
It's quite emotional. You feel
Mhm.
you feel deeply for humans in it. Um, in general, as a species, you really drive home, and I think it's pretty accurate to what it would be like. Like many years when we're just because I think the initial anger's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
almost like the spirit, the fight is out of the humans at this point, and but you've got one person that has, yeah, like a person that drives the force forward. It's beautiful. I think and it's beautifully written. It's very, especially for a relatively new author, it's
Mm.
extremely well written. I find it quite powerful. You should
Thanks.
be proud.
Cool. Who? Neil smiled. We'll go for Neil.
Oh, me and my expressive. I've trying to think where to start. I'm trying not to say anything that's going to be spoilerish because
That's hard, isn't it?
there's yeah, it does go straight into it. There's very little in the way of preamble there. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It I think Don, as you mentioned, if the cover, reading the story was feeling like I was playing Skyrim or Fallout. The when you go in and just, hey, I've got part of a map here. I guess I've got to go in that direction and just see what happens. And um, it's not spoilerish. A number of times where Zia says, "Oh, I can either do this or I can do that," which struck me like, when you play these games, you walk up to a path and then it forks off. I don't know which way I'm going to go. Um, so there was quite, especially with the cover, it's quite the art style is very dreamlike, and it just felt like really easy to just follow along. And I'm really struggling with my words here. I'm sorry, it's early.
Yeah, you're right.
um, it's I really did just keep wanting to find. Oh, she's out wandering. Where are we going to go to next? What are the people going to be like? Because each time other people are happened across, I'll do spoilers. You're kind of going, I don't know if I can trust these people.
Mhm.
Yeah, agreed.
Like with the road. I mean, the road more so,
Mhm.
but you definitely don't want to trust anyone. But I I have lots of questions that I can't ask at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, I did really enjoy it. I think I'm not one for sitting down and reading because anyone that's listened to me before knows I do a lot of audiobooks, and I've kind of broken myself the ability to read words longer than a post on X. But I sat down, made my way through it, and there were several times where I was getting interrupted, and I'm thinking, can you go away, please? I'm actually really wanting to know what's going to happen here. I can't say much more without starting to give stuff away.
Yeah. Well, there
I'll
will be a
pass it on.
spoilers section. There will be a spoilers section. That's why I added that, for the bonus stuff. But Amy, despite the lack of maps,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Okay. I'll admit I have not finished it yet. So
Ooh.
I know I haven't finished it yet, and I was like, oh man, I'm coming on this podcast. So I did get AI to just sort of like I'm like, hey, I gave it the bare minimum. I'm like, hey, there's this book Ancora. What do you reckon happens? And make it like hilarious. So I've got like, she's I didn't know that she was raised by wolves and trained by cyborgs. Like it's really cool. And near the end there, where she comes across, there's like a cybernetic toaster. Oh, what's it called?
Spoilers, man.
Not to give away too many spoilers, but Crumb Unit 9, he was the villainous toaster that whole time. Honestly, I did not see that coming until I asked ChatGPT to make something up. No, but I did. I am still reading it. What I'm loving. It's so well written, actually. Like the turns of phrase and just your prose it's genuinely such good stuff. I was reading, I'm like, dude, is this the same guy that I've just like jumped on several times and just had like random chats with about whatever, because it's quite poetic. Yeah, I've read maybe 5-6 chapters into it, so I'm not super far into it, but like the way you write is so good, because I haven't read the Wedding Night trilogy and I haven't read your other stuff, so this was like kind of the first one I've dived into. And like everyone else is saying, it's a genuinely good book. It's not just the fact that you said, hey, can you read this book for me? And I am the first one to admit that I haven't finished it. But like a really good prose, man, like really good work.
Thanks, man. I can't remember when the creature comes into it. Have you met the creature yet? The Naybuck, as I call him?
No.
I can't remember what chapter he comes in.
Yeah, I'm honestly not that far through it.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it.
Thanks, man.
I'll
have to do a quick rewrite and throw in some robot toasters.
Dude, yeah.
No,
and there's,
you know what?
In the sequel.
You know what?
The psychic octopuses. I haven't gotten up to the psychic octopuses bit.
That's going to go in the prequel now. I'm just going to put all these Amy Cormac references because it'll fit more. Because the prequel's going to be more. It's 60 years after the alien invasion.
Okay.
Right.
So you get to learn all about the aliens.
Is that after Ancora dies?
No, it's the rebellion.
She's the main character.
It's going to be the rebellion.
Yeah,
it's going to be rebellion. But
yeah.
Ryan, because you said you're dying to talk to me about it. Overall thoughts?
Well, first of all, I want to read that book by Amy Cormac and Cora, and Cora Cyborg. That sounds pretty awesome. No, man, I agree with everything that everyone said, especially what Amy said. Amy said, I can't believe that this is the guy that I've just jumped on and had a few chat with. When I finished reading it, I said to my wife, I cannot believe that this is one of my best mates that has written this book, because it felt like I was reading a book by Stephen King or one of my other favorite authors. It was really, really well written. I find that poor Zia is all I can say without saying too much in spoilers. What you put that girl through, Jamie, seriously. But yeah, no, and there was something, and we'll get into it in spoilers, that I messaged you as soon as I read it, and you were like, oh, you didn't see that coming. And for me, I'm normally that guy that's like, yeah, you're the killer. I can pick it, and I had no idea. And that was the cyborg toaster, and he's absolutely no. Honestly, I just couldn't stop. I had a bit of like I said to you, 2 bad pain days, and I pretty much read 3/4 of the book in those 2 days. I just didn't want to stop. And I kept saying, okay, this is the last chapter, and then I'm going to move on. And I just couldn't stop. And being someone who has read all your other stuff, this is definitely the best stuff that you've written by a mile. And that's not saying your other stuff is not good. This is just, to me, this is what you should be writing. And like we said on another podcast, it's kind of sci-fi meets survivalist. Uh, Throw in a bit of hero's journey as well. And a way I can tell a book is good is the minute I finish it, I want the next one. And that's the first thing I said to you when I finished the book. Give me book 2 and just give me whatever you've written so far. I just want it now. And yeah, I don't know what you were doing when you wrote this, and I'm not trying to just blow smoke up your butt, but
No.
you need to keep writing in this world as long as humanly possible, because there's so much you can do. Like you were saying, the next one, the prequel, but where the book ends is there's so many possibilities. There's so many different places you can go. You can go back, which you are. You can go forward. You can go into another area completely, as those who finished the book will know. There's just so much you can do, and I honestly could not be prouder of you, because I just put that book down and I'm like, wow, I can't believe Jamie wrote that. And that's the true compliment, because I read a lot of books and some are good and some are not, and yours is amazing.